Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Talk About It. We are your lovely hosts, Gile
and Kuzo.
This podcast is basically three girls talking through life, thoughts, faith, and memories, and every single thing we think about and do it. Think of it like a group chat, but with microphones. Ora! I love you, Aisha. How are you today?
Thank you. I am doing good. Excited for the topic. So I'm feeling really good. I'm really pumped, actually. So, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. I'm excited. Yeah. This topic is, I don't know. I'm getting sharp things. But other than that, I'm doing great.
Are you pregnant? Is there a possibility
There's
of
no way I'm
pregnant? Are you pregnant?
Okay.
I felt right. Sorry. Sorry.
She said it felt
It
right.
felt right. Like that moment, I just needed to sing that song.
No, it's not at all. I think, sorry guys, I just thought about it right now. There's a part of me in my heart that doesn't feel alright to know that there's a possibility Zendaya's married.
Why?
Because it's like, I don't know. I won't know until 2 years or whatever, 3 years, 5 years later, and she's like, happy anniversary to you, Tom. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I knew it. I felt it in my gut. She's married. You know what I mean?
Another thing, I feel like I always do this. Gila wants to know everything and anything about everybody.
No, like if I met her, I would
Let's
tell her
be
like
honest.
off the record.
She does.
It's just you and me.
She's
I won't
very
tell a
passionate.
soul.
She's so like she wants to know. It itches her.
Because I feel like I know her.
Okay.
Like think about it like this. I grew up watching Zendaya. From Shake It Up Chicago to Casey Undercover to like she remember she did that movie.
Shake it up.
No, there was a movie she did.
Zapped.
Like Zapped. Love that movie. That Zapped.
And then
There was a Shake It Up Chicago movie. And what else did she do that we watched? Because I did not watch Euphoria. But there was other stuff she did with the Spider-Man, like Greatest Showman. Yeah, and so I feel like I know her
the Spider-Man movie
because she was a Disney, actor for us before she became like a Hollywood actor. So I feel like I have a very special love towards Zendaya.
Yeah, but it's like yours is beyond.
I just thought about it now. I was like looking there, like I'm gonna be so honest. This thing bothers me.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
imagine
we love her
in
as
her
a professional.
Hazy. Like, don't do this to me. Hazy. Don't do this to me. Like girl to girl, you to me. Like you and T. Queenie. Let me bless your covenant. Oh yeah. Okay, no, sorry guys. That has nothing to do with this episode.
It's called a brain fart.
I just made it up.
That was a brain fart.
I just made it up right here. You guys just made this thing up. We didn't plan this.
Well, alright guys, for our first segment today, we're doing a little brain twisting ideas. And today's question is, should your body goals be influenced by the social medias? I'm kidding. By the social media. Because everywhere we look, social media, movies, advertisements, we're constantly seeing different standards of what bodies are supposed to look like. Perfect skin, perfect bodies, or perfect lifestyles. So the question is it normal for the media to influence what we want to look like? Or is that something we should be actively resisting? And how much of our body goals are actually ours versus things we're absorbed from the world around us.
So to answer the first question, is it normal for social media to be influencing us? I think as human beings, we were made to influence one another, you know? So I think that there's someone with a big brain who saw an opportunity in this and made it bigger. Because, you know, like if you think like old, like 1800s, you know, you were influenced by the circle of people in your country, in your town, you know? So like the black girls would see other black girls and would want to look like other black girls and everywhere else, right? But now it's kind of sort of been industrialized to such a great international stage that I'm talking about myself, want to look like Sabrina Carpenter, you know, and you look nothing like Sabrina Carpenter. So I think it is a normal thing to be influenced, but the scheme, the grand scheme that we're being influenced is very, very unfamiliar. And then the second question was how much of your body goals, I want to say little to none, should be influenced by pop culture. I think that your body's not a trend. So I don't think, because if you look at, you know, the fluctuation of through hundreds of years of women's body goals, it does kind of go up and down between thick and thin, depending on where we are economically. So I think, no, your body's not a trend, and zero, I want to say almost zero, but I don't want to say zero as much as I want to say like, let's say 10% of your body goals should be influenced by what you are seeing. Because like now I know like we are in kind of a place where, you know, skinny is pretty. So I think there's nothing wrong with being healthier on the leaner side. So if, you know, like now with the running clubs and stuff, you know, it's sometimes good for your health, for your heart health. I'm thinking internal organ health. But your body's not a trend. You should do what's healthy for your body. Just be healthy, exercise, eat healthy, and that's fine. But you shouldn't try to look like something you can't be, because then it becomes unhealthy. Then you start pushing yourself to the dangerous spectrum where you're under eating to try to fit someone else's standard.
But I also feel like as much as those things can affect us negatively, personal opinion is that, like Gillian mentioned, firstly, that influence has always been there. In schools, at home, in friendship groups, influence forever will be there. But now social media influence is a different platform of influence where there's a lot of it. So she mentioned she's a black woman, African woman. She's getting now influence from
I'm a black queen. Sorry. Ebony queen.
My fault, Gaggy. She's a queen, and now she's getting influence from all kinds of people from all over the world. That is something that you cannot change, okay? The world, technology, is moving at a rate where we can contact people across countries and continents and seas, and it's gonna come to a point where I could literally, like, I don't know, have, you know, like, okay, brain fart, but, okay, their faces told me not to go there. The point being,
no, I want to see what's going on. Go on.
Really?
Yeah, I should have
Thanks. But what I wanted to say was, there was, in COVID, even when everyone was at home, so many people still could keep in contact with everyone across the globe. And that kind of is a sign of the good kind of influence or social media. People could keep contact even on video games and stuff. So I'm just showing you that there is a good side to social media, but too much of it
can be bad.
Can be
Too
bad.
much of anything is
I
bad.
feel like too much of anything
And we shouldn't give social media power. We can kind of reduce the
Yeah,
volume.
it's about the power.
It's about the power, and it's about the amount of exposure. You can reduce the amount of exposure you have. If you know you're someone who compares yourself with body weight or how you look to other people, you can delete Pinterest. Start with that.
Yeah, Pinterest.
You can delete Instagram. You can cut things.
Or you can like minimize the exposure to
Yeah, I
it
feel like
as well.
yeah, you have the power.
You have the power.
That was so great.
It was giving campaign type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
I was almost when I was like you see,
boring.
like in the where's that the movie?
It feels like
She was like when
say.
that
Am I wrong?
No.
When Nike, tell me if I'm wrong.
when Millie Chakravarti wanted to say to the mom, what did she say? Or no, to the guy. Use your power.
Use your power. Yeah.
Use your power. Okay, Ora.
Okay.
Not that you're offending any Indian.
No, it's a
How she
movie.
said it.
It's an Indian movie.
It's actually very
a nice movie.
Kubsurat.
About a prince and a physical therapist.
But it's how she said it.
If I can, I'm gonna stick the image right here.
She's not gonna do that.
It's
but
such a good
okay.
movie. And in the movie,
Not that
he
we are
says
advertising
to the guy, guys, it's fine. Yo,
It's fine.
talk to your dad.
It's
use
fine.
your power. And she goes, use your power. So we always
It's fine.
It's okay, Kila. The movie. It won't even be there, but it's fine. I'm gonna add the image. Okay, I don't even know how to jump back into this. Okay. Is it normal for social media to influence what is it normal for social media to influence what we want to look like? Yes. Yes, so it is very much normal because media is all around us. The things we watch, what we consume. I think there's like a whole, probably like a philosophical section all about on how what we consume becomes what we become or something like that. So I would say very much so that it is very much normal for social media to influence what we want to look like, how we want to live. It's extremely normal, but should it? No, absolutely no. In my opinion, it shouldn't do that because we're all very different.
These are people.
Where we come from, our backgrounds, our I think we tend to look at it like the overview of like just like very surface level. We like to look at things very surface level. I was actually looking at this video this morning and it was like a short film type of thing, and it was this lady, she was showing how she just woke up in the morning, and then you grab your phone and you're swiping through videos, and every other video is like somebody saying, don't drinking too much water could be bad for you, or not drinking, you have to drink this much of water every single day, it will be good for you. And then another video is different ways to drink water to fully optimize something. And then another video, get ready with me to go here, get ready with me to travel to Dubai. It's like every other video, there's
a lot of voices.
Yeah, different opinions
Yeah.
too. You're not sure what's right, what's wrong.
Yeah.
So if you're basing everything that you do in your life off of social media, it can really, really badly harm you because you feel that there's something missing within your life.
Because everyone seems to have one voice.
Everybody's
They're
saying
agreeing.
something.
You don't have anything to say.
You don't know.
So I would say your specifically body goals should not be influenced by social media at all, because all our bodies are extremely different. Our bodily functions are very different. Recently I've been really kind of looking into the cycles within a month for a woman. You go through different cycles that influence how your body functions, your hormone levels, and what fluctuates during a certain cycle, and what foods really influence that. Because when you're on your period, for instance, there's certain foods that you can't really eat because they cause so much gas in your body and your stomach bloats a lot. So if you're watching somebody who's on a different cycle and their body is at its best, if you will, and you're just there like, oh, I should probably eat like that. I should probably do this. If I live my life the way that they live their lives, I will get where they are at.
Also, depending on
Body-wise.
which cycle, you also have a certain amount of energy.
Yeah.
And so you can see somebody's running a half marathon, but you can barely go to the bathroom.
You're still trying to get yourself together. Yeah. And you start judging yourself and criticizing yourself a lot. So I would say do not. I wouldn't recommend it. And is it something? Should we be actively resisting it? I don't know. Can we fully resist the influence of social
You
media?
can't fully
Like we
resist
just said,
it,
you
but
can
you can
minimize
minimize it.
Yeah, you can definitely.
You can definitely make decisions that you kind of sort of restrict the amount.
that you consume.
Also, that helps you mentally. Think about consuming that amount that it's overbearing information. Like there comes a point where
You can't really process
you
it
can't
all.
really process that amount. It's overbearing. You need a certain amount that you can take. Also, you can process, and that also takes time. So you can't.
Minimizing
Minimizing is something you need. It's
Yeah,
something
for sure.
that's healthy, and it's also very normal.
No, for sure.
Cook for us.
Okay, going to our second segment. As you guys know, we are currently busy with our series called Mental Check. And this is a series all about our thoughts, our minds, and the ideas that shape who we are. Sometimes we talk about things that we don't normally say out loud, the questions we ask ourselves when we are alone, the thoughts that show up late at night, and the things that make us reflect a little deeper. So today's topic, pretty sure you could kind of tell with our segment, is societal pressures. Because whether we like it or not, society places a lot of expectations on how we should live our lives, how we should look, what age we should achieve certain things, what success is supposed to look like. And sometimes those expectations can influence the way we see ourselves and the decisions we make. So, yeah, let's get into it.
I'm so excited. To get into this. Please let us know what you guys think in the comments.
No, for sure.
Contact us on our Instagram page or even on YouTube.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think. What you think matters to us.
Yeah, let's get the conversation going.
Moving.
Now,
So,
that felt right.
So,
What
She's
do you
advertising.
guys? What do you guys?
So, what do you guys think are some of the big societal pressures people face today?
I'm gonna say it's nothing racist or anything, but
She's gonna get us canceled.
No, I think definitely it's how you look, image. It's how you speak, who you're speaking to, and I think that's one thing that I can simply say. Everyone can see your image. It's everything. It's your reputation. It's
everything in today's world?
I will have to go with timing. I'll have to go with when we should the timing of when you should achieve certain things in your life has been such a big one. I'll say for me in my life, because they with social media again is it makes you feel so behind. It makes you feel like you're not doing enough, or you should get it together, or so definitely that one.
That was T.
I think sometimes it's like specific goals, feeling like you have to want what everyone wants.
Yeah.
I think sometimes that for me, like if I'm sitting sometimes with a group of friends or a group of new people, and I'm like, okay, so what do you guys want to do for a living? Like, what are you guys' dreams? And then everyone's just talking. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna just keep quiet because then I feel like, yeah, but no. And I feel like everyone then has the same answer or similar, and sometimes it feels like then I have something that goes that way, and I'm like, I'm just gonna agree with you guys, So I think sometimes that's a societal pressure I feel. But have you guys ever felt pressure to achieve something at a certain age because society says you should?
Yeah.
It's basically what you
Yes, 1000% all the time.
I think so. I think it comes to a point where everyone feels that.
Yeah, even if you're really doing well, like there's somebody who could be going with that timeline of going to school at 18, 19, going to university at 18, 19, and finishing your degree on time, but that's still not enough. You have to have a car at a certain time, have a house at a certain time. There's always somebody
at a certain time.
Yeah, there's somebody who's always doing
look
better.
at Ray. She's all over the radios asking, does anyone know where her husband is?
No, but Ray, really, guys, I really want a husband for her.
I mean, like, I'm not
really
saying
deserves a
maybe
husband.
she really does want a husband, but it gets to a point, especially for women, like when you
Didn't the song?
yes, I'm trying to get there. Like for women, when you start pushing 30, then pushing 35, 45, 40, those ovaries start telling you like, girl, if you don't get a baby now, we're closing down shop. And I feel like then you start to think like your fertility window is closing, and so I feel like then, like, even if in the beginning you never really thought about getting married or having a family or children, like Ray, really, she's just where the hell is her husband? This man is causing her stress. He's causing her, and we've all everywhere across continents, all waiting for Ray's man. So I feel like society's timelines, like correctly said, is very, very painful. But do you guys, where do you think societal pressures come from? Who's created this pressure? Why does it? What? Yes.
I think as much as you can have pressure over yourself, you can create pressure for other people.
No, but where does it exist? Where does it come from?
From within you.
So societal pressures.
No,
comes
listen,
from you.
it's a contribution to the society. No, what I mean is, if I have stress over pink,
Right.
Matilda has pressure over red. You have pressure over gray, right? We talk about these things, right? Often. I don't think it just comes from one person. I think it's a distribution of different pressures and stresses, and then it becomes something. Then someone will say it's color. Then somebody will brand that kind of societal. What is the word?
Societal pressure.
Societal pressure. They will brand it, but it comes from different people. We all have problems with colors, but mine is specific, yours is specific, but it's still colors. So I can't say it comes from one person. It's categorized.
I think that societal pressures come from.
Right? I'm right, right?
It's such a hard thing.
I know. Because you know what?
I didn't say you were right.
I'd rather do this
No.
because
it's like
it feels like a phantom anxiety. It doesn't exist. You can't point it out.
I know,
But
that's
it's
what I say
there.
that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
And it's like you feel it amongst your peers. You know, you're standing there and you're like, there it is. You feel it with older people and what's going on? So what are you you're like, there it is again. There's this phantom expectation timeline of, oh, you're at this age, you're supposed to be here. So what are you doing? How far are you from this goal?
But that's
And it's like,
not from one
who-
person.
Who made and who
One person.
who put
I think
this
it's
goal?
no. That's why I say somebody just brand.
You know what I
There's
think it's
somebody
like?
who came to the realization it must be this. Like people need to get married before they reach 25. Okay.
You know what I think it's from, right? Like
that?
when
I
you
don't
are
know.
when you are young.
I'm like, girl, I said, I'm like,
Never heard that one.
yeah.
Like when you're a child in like neonatal, that's how they check. Like they'll be like, oh, this baby weighs 3 kgs, okay, it's healthy. On average meaning when they take 100 babies and they take those 100 babies' weights and they divide it on average, this is the scale.
So wait, are you saying it's scientific?
No,
It's
I'm trying to
on the
show you
science
like
side.
I think it's sewn into our culture from when you are young, when you're a baby,
Propaganda.
right? Like, can you imagine if your mom, our mom, had me, and I'm so confused. Okay, let's talk with Rake's mom. Can you imagine if your mom lived on a distant land somewhere where she's the only woman and she gives birth to only you? Right? She would have nothing or no one to compare you to. So everything you would do would be new to her. But the thing with societal pressure is that it was birthed through comparison. That on average, Black girls, or just girls at this age, in this timeline, in this society, with this economical opportunities, with these given opportunities, are here. All of them have taken 10 steps forward.
It's built off
So,
comparison.
yes, from when you were young. In the nursery, like when they gave, in kindergarten, when they gave your parents a report, they would say, Kuto can color, but other kids can't color yet. So that means Kuto is forward than other kids. But there was another child who would get a letter that say, your kid keeps eating the crayons. Other kids, at least holding it, Kuto is drawing. Like Kuto can draw. Orakle is painting, but yours keeps eating the crayons. Like, I'm trying to say, like, then in grade 1, that's how they would measure. You can read, you can write. She's still struggling. Like, can you see what I'm trying to say? In grade 4, on average, this is what a grade 4 can do. And now we get into that system from neonatal. You know what I mean? Kids in neonatal need to drink this amount of milk, and they need to be at this age. Your child must be able to babble, so it means they can talk now. So the way that societal pressures work is that there's a scale of normalness, and if you are a little bit under or a little bit over, something's wrong with you. Because even if you think of like prodigy kids who at 14 years old, say for example Sheldon in Big Bang Theory, he was in college when he was like 13. He was weird because it's like, why are you in college but you're 13? But then we flip that scale over, and if someone is 40 years old and they're in college, everyone is like, that says something now.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to say, like, societal pressures is like almost created by scales.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? Sorry, I just got
So that's also another opinion that we could actually keep mind of or just consider. You know, it's not, I don't think it's one particular thing that we can say that this is the reason why we have this kind of system. That's why I say, for example, my ideological idea of it was that
people had all sorts of issues or concerns internally, which they discussed with others. That other people were like, "Oh, I also could have the same concern. Oh, I have the same concern." And then someone said, "Then the concern is colors, or the concern is children are not. Many kids weigh 3 kgs when they're born. Why are these other ones 2 kgs? So it means they are abnormal." Because I feel like it's not one particular thing that brought that kind of anxiety. I feel like it's also a level of anxiety within people, but it's become it's a level of all sorts of things. Yes, I feel like that's why I think we can't like put it under one category. It falls under a lot of things. But cook us with the next question, because this one annihilated us. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you have any opinions or any ideas of what this might be, I would appreciate it.
So, do you guys?
I don't know.
Do you think?
I'm sorry. Okay.
Do you?
I'm sorry. Go on.
Do you think societal pressure sometimes make people rush into certain life decisions?
Of course you would. Because it's a level of anxiety, stress. It's all the wrong things just forcing you to make a decision that's supposed to be made when you're at ease. So I'd say yes.
I feel like that, especially when it comes to career. I feel like sometimes I think it's a bit unfair to expect an 18-year-old to know what they want to do for the rest of their life. And then some people end up rushing into, I'll just study this, you know what I mean? So that they can, you know what I mean?
I think it's with everything.
No, but I mean like when
One of the
like that
things.
was the first thing that popped to my head.
A lot of things you're expected to know. Like, why must I know times tables in grade 6, but in grade 8, I'm considered not to know my stuff, you know?
Let that sink in. Like who said in grade 4? I
don't
need
let
to know my
anything, just throw it out of the water. Alright, Tile, what do you think?
times tables in grade 4. Like
Alright, Tile, what do you think?
it's okay.
Alright, Tile, what do you
I
think?
needed that recovery.
Yeah, it's okay. Times tables. Now, please, really let her know in the comments.
She really wants you to tell.
I don't have an answer
She
for
wants
you.
to know.
Alright, what do you think?
Question B.
Like what? Do you feel that sometimes people rush into certain decisions because
Of the societal
of
pressure?
society.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we can see how much influence that has into our lives. Like you said, you're expected to know everything. You're expected to be sure of a lot of things. You're not given enough room for mistakes and learning, growth. You're not given enough room for that, and nobody gives you allows you to think of like the what if. Nobody allows you to really sit down and accept that you're a growing human being and not everything is like a straight path. There is and even if you choose to do something, you can't. There's not only one path to reaching that specific path. There's just so many ways you can approach it. So I would say you're rushed all the time to know what it is that you want, and I think a lot of it comes from so much anxiety and so much stress. Let me say stress mainly because anxiety is a whole different thing. A lot of stresses from the pressures that have been put onto other people that they're trying to project onto you now.
Yo,
So it's just
Can
like,
I
it's a
hear an
combination of a lot
amen?
of horrible things. It's a lot, but it's it stems from so many different places, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely. I agree.
Now, like when you guys are making decisions in your life, how do you know that it is something you want versus something you feel expected to want?
So how do I?
How do you determine between
You
when you're
don't.
making
You can.
a decision?
You never will, because right now I might assume that I want to go to university, for example, but I'm not aware that all of the people in my life, them doing that, finishing high school, going to university, or my parents who went to university, or so everyone in my life has done that. I end up thinking it's what I want. I won't know that. I won't be able to determine, because I start to believe so much that that's what I want because it's what is normal. You know what I mean? Like, you can't necessarily see the difference between the normal and what you want, because normal is now what you want, because that's normal. To be able to see that, you need to be in an environment where no one wants that as well. And then you can actually see this is an option.
Versus I was expected
This is
to
an
want
option. It's not necessarily something that I'm expected to do. But when you're surrounded by people who are following the same path, you can't say this is something that's an option. It's like some people who are birthed into a culture. You're birthed into culture. So you can't necessarily wake up and say, no, I want a different culture when you were birthed into it. You need to experience being out of the culture, which is also a decision, to understand if this is an option. What is culture to you? There's so many things that you get to explore only if someone takes you out of the picture and allows you to actually look at it. So I don't think you can actually, and if you do, you can't do it on your own. You definitely need someone who's smart enough to pull you out of the picture for you to be able to make that decision.
You said, how do we determine?
Yeah, when you're making a decision, how do you know that it's what you want versus what you're expected to want?
I think I'm gonna have to go with what Kutsu said, because you can't really know until you are put into different circumstances and you get to see an alternative, or I'll see the other side of it to really know what you want. I think I don't know if it's like the quote I can really put into this situation, but I'm just gonna give it a go. It's something about like you have to lose something to know the value of it. I don't know if I can really put it into this context, is that you can't really know something until you've experienced not being in it, if that makes sense.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah, you were in this environment right now, and everything is determined by what perfection is or what great is because of the people around us and what they tell us what greatness is and what being, reaching those levels are. So I would just have to go with you don't really know until I guess.
Yeah, but you
But do
can't.
you ever even find out?
No, but you can if someone. That's what I say.
No, but I get what she says is you won't know
No, but
until
I'm
you
agreeing
know.
with her. Like,
Only when you step away from it will you know that, oh my gosh, I was tricked by the society. But I also want to input another perspective. In the sense of like, I feel like there is certain societal pressures that yes, this is the case, but there's also some people that have such a strong like knowing of themselves when they can tell that this is not me, this is the society. And I'm thinking of like if you think of, say, for example, the greats like Nelson Mandela, and like anyone who's done anything huge, or someone who made the light bulb, or someone who changed something big, is that the society was telling them who they are and the pressures of where they have to go, but they had this huge knowing where they kind of steered things the other way and said no, and they asked questions like, no, why should I? Why should I go to university? Why should I?
So you're saying the people get answers, the people who take risks?
Yes, sometimes the people who ask and who keep asking and who keep challenging and breaking the norms of, well, this is what society says, but why? Because I think sometimes we get so used to like the current of society, like, no, because everyone does it. But it's like sometimes the people who ask like the questions is because inside of them they already know that I'm expected to do this, but it's not that I have a connection to it or I want to be that. And I feel like sometimes those are the people that make us realize we are in a society wheel.
Trends.
Yeah. So I'm going
We're gonna go to our last question.
Our time has run out.
Remember, you started later. Okay. So thinking about liberation and moving away from what is expected, do you guys think that stepping away from societal expectations is liberating or scary?
Liberating. Why I say it's liberating is you put yourself in a different environment, situation. This morning we were talking with my aunt, their mom, and she was talking about.
Hi, Mama.
She was talking about how you don't really know. You know a different version of yourself the minute you experience a new thing. So that could be liberating because you are learning more about yourself, and that is probably, I think, she said one of the most beautiful things about life is that we are constantly evolving, constantly growing, constantly discovering more about ourselves in different situations. So I would say it's the most liberating thing ever, for sure. So stepping away from that is those societal pressures.
I want
Can
to
open
almost
your
say both.
Eye-opening.
I want to say like the beginning of liberation is scary because it looks like nothing you've ever seen before. It looks like nothing you've ever experienced before. Because like I said, like for Nelson Mandela, it was scary to push that boundary until he did. And I think many people who do big changes in our world, when they started, it was scary, because it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And everyone in your life is questioning you, like you're gonna die. You don't even know how that's gonna look like, and it's like because you're the first, you also don't know what that's gonna look like, what that's gonna be, until you are on the other side, and then it's liberating.
Yeah.
I think liberation is the prize of this, the scariness.
Yeah.
But Kudzo.
I agree. I have nothing to say.
And it's so rewarding. Not that I've tried.
Yeah, but I think as well, I think it's gonna be iconic because I only do iconic things. But I feel like when you give, you take. That's all I'm gonna say. If you give, you take. If you take, you give. Wow, guys, that's all the time we have today.
We obviously trying to finish these with just
A banter.
thoughts and something to think about, and something that I really hope as the audience you guys can take home and think about. Maybe ask your people, write it in your journal. Is that how can you stay grounded in your values when society is constantly telling you who you should be? And yes, that's what I really hope you guys think about, talk about. But once again, thank you so much, guys, for listening. Thank you for being a part of this episode. I hope you learned something, enjoyed something, heard something. think about
Want
it.
to contribute?
Yeah, and I wanted to say, because like she said this when we were talking about my mom, is we obviously started this podcast to be a discussion podcast. So, you know, from these things that we're talking about, take them and make them talking points in your life to discover more. I think the more you ask, the more you find out. So, but yes, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. We love to hear your guys' feedback and your thoughts on what you thought, what you liked, what you didn't like, everything. And send this podcast to someone who you think would enjoy it, who would love it, or who it made you think of. But other than that, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Let's Talk About It. Until next time, bye!